Assalamu alaikum. A good day, everyone, and welcome to my video at Almadi Farms. Now, today I would take you through three big mistakes that you should avoid while transplanting your lettuce seedlings. You see, these three big mistakes they are very, very important. Skipping those things, doing that mistakes, and I, experienced it. And my seedlings, most of them, I lost them. They died out. Let me quickly, take you through these three mistakes that I'm talking about. Now, the first one is, not hardening your seedlings before transplanting. Now, normally you raise your seedlings inside nursery. Maybe if you don't know what is nursery, you can follow my videos. I know I'll tag the video, I'll put it in the description of this video. I explain how step by step you can make a nursery bed. To tell you, like, nursery bed is just simply a way of raising the seeds from sowing them in the ground, you know until you raise them to a certain stage before you transplant them to the open soil like this. So in a nursery, normally there's shed. You put shed that will cover the seedlings, make sure that sunlight is not too much on the seedlings, and maybe if there is rainfall, it will not affect the young seedlings. So this major mistake that I made was that I didn't harden them. I didn't make sure that I make them become so familiar with the sunlight before transplanting them, and which is very, very important. I realized that later after I did the transplanting, and I lost most of my lettuce seedlings. So by hardening means you should open them to the sunlight. As they are inside the nursery, you just remove the shed that is on them for some days, like 4 to 5 days like this, or maybe to like 1 week. You remove the shed, so that the plants will now get used to sunlight, and they will form cell walls that are very, very thick, that will make sure that when you open them to sunlight, there wouldn't be too much evaporation of the water from the leaves. So too much evaporation of water, it is what makes the plant to become dehydrated, and then they will eventually die out. The second mistake is transplanting at the wrong time. Yes, this one too is very, very important. If you transplant your seedlings of lettuce at the wrong time, they will eventually die. Most of them will eventually die. And what is the right time of this transplanting? The right time is transplanting them in the evening. You transplant them in the evening, like after the sun is about to set. So that's when you should transplant your seedling. Why? The question is, why do you supposed to transplant them at that time? The reason is that when you transplant them in the evening, you put them inside the soil, you remove them from where they are and put them inside the soil. Now you water it immediately. You know that you water it immediately. Now after watering, now the root will now have several hours to make a connection and become aligned with the soil, the new ground that it finds itself inside. So it will take time, it will take that very good time, and then align itself to the soil. Unlike when you transplant them in the morning, maybe you transplant them in the morning, in few 1-2 hours, the sunlight came. The root is not familiar with the soil, with the new soil it finds itself inside. It doesn't have any connection. It doesn't establish the way it can extract water from the root, and then now the sun will come, and then it will make sure that it's taking out the water that is, or let me say, the little water that is inside the leaves of the lettuce, and that would make the plant suffocate and just die. So this is very, very important. You transplant, and the worst time is even in the afternoon, maybe when the sun is up there. You transplant that one, there will be a transplant shock. Immediately it will just die up. So the best time is transplanting in the evening, late evening hours. You transplant them that time. Before morning, they will have a connection. They will have a connection between the roots and the soil, and before that time, they might be able to know the ways. The roots will now find a way of extracting water from the soil. So this one is also very, very important. The last and the third big mistake is, the watering after the transplanting. Normally, when you transplant your lettuce seedlings, you would water it. Now, like this, you pour water on the soil. Maybe let's say this is the plant you transplant it. You now put water on it. Now, the big mistake here is that, as you can see here like this, you see as if say, there's water here, or maybe the soil has water, and here like this, the water didn't reach inside the soil. From the eye looking like this, you see that as if say the water is all over here, but the water didn't reach the soil. Now let me show you practically. Can you see? There's no water inside the soil. So the most important thing is you water it well. Now let's say you transplant it like this. Maybe we made the transplant like this. So we need to water it well. We water it very well. And even like this, the water did not, reach the soil. So another simple trick is that you can open a small hole by the side of the plant, that will go a bit deeper, and then you will fill that small hole with water, as you can see like this. So you see, by this one, definitely the water will sink down through the area where the roots of my new seedling is. So this is very, very important. You need to take note of this. I made this mistake when I transplanted most of my lettuce. I just pour water like this, not realizing that the water did not eventually meet the roots of the plant. And I realized that after like about 2 days, most of my seedlings died off. All this area I transplanted the lettuce there, most of them died. Thanks for watching, and these are the 3 big mistakes that you should avoid. If you find this video interesting, please subscribe and hit the notification button for my next and subsequent videos that will be coming. Let's farm together. Let's correct our mistakes together. Thank you.